Hi guys, this is Mrs. Brantner. I teach at South Pontotoc Middle School, 6th grade English, and today I'm going to help you with the standard L.6.6, which is knowing your academic vocabulary, which is especially important in English, because if you don't know the academic terms, then you cannot answer questions on a test. So in your packet, if you have it, you will see you have a glossary of academic terms. This is at the very front of your packet. If you look, there are a lot of terms to go through, and thankfully they're in alphabetical order. So to make this more fun and enjoyable, I'm going to show you guys how to create a Quizlet study set of these vocabulary terms. So if you go to Quizlet.com, this will pop up. Now, if you have an account, click log in. If you don't, click sign up. It's free. You are also, if you want to, your parent can create their own account and you can create a study set on their account if you don't want to create your own. Either way is fine. I have an account, so I'm going to click log in. Now, I don't know my username and password. So I'm going to click log in with Google because it will save your Gmail email. All right, and it brings you to this. These are all of the sets I've created before or I've used before. So when you get to this page, if you're new, this of course will be blank. Go up the top and hit create. So it's going to ask for a title. So what to title your entire study set. So I'm just going to title it 6th grade ELA study set. You can add a description, so kind of like what's going to be in the study set. If it's just vocab words, if it's test questions, this is just vocabulary. So I'm going to type vocabulary. Okay. Now right here, this is important. You have two options. You can make this visible to everyone, so everyone who has a Quizlet account can see this set. That's only for teachers. People with a password, so if someone has your password, they can access it, or just you. I'm going to click just me. And editable by just me. I'm the only one who can edit or change, alter this entire set. I'm going to click save. You can choose an image that represents what your entire study set is about. I usually don't do this, but you can if you want to. And if you go down, you start seeing the input blanks. There are two ways that you can input your vocab words and definitions. The first way is if you click this right here, import from Word, Excel, Google Docs, etc. Now, you can copy and paste from Word, Excel, Google Docs into this big yellow box and separate the definition term, the vocab term, and the definition by tab, by comma, or you can create your own. I usually don't prefer this option because I will show you why. If you like this, as soon as you get it imported, just click import and it will put them in the boxes below. I like to just do it myself. So our first word's accurate. So I'm going to type accurate. And this is why I like importing it myself, because most of the time it will be predictive text. So as soon as I start typing, it's going to start popping up suggestions about what I could possibly be spelling or what I could possibly want. And they're right, accurate. Now, I don't know why it's popping up Chinese in my suggestions or whatever language that is. I don't know why. So if you want to change language, click choose language, and you can either type in your own language or you can go down and search. And I'll need it to be English. The definition for accurate is correct, precise, exact. Correct, precise, and look, I'm not even done with the definition and it's already popping up. Now you may be asking, why does it do that? Most likely someone else has used this word with this definition before somewhere in Quizlet, in the Quizlet system. And so it already has it in there. It's already programmed somewhere. So it's just popping it back up. Let's go to the second one. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sounds. And it pops it up. And it pops it up. Let's go to 3, alternate. If you're tired of clicking from here to here to here, just hit tab. It does the same thing. It'll just pull you to the next blank. So alternate, and that means different or another. Now, as you can see, there was no predicted text on this one, and that's completely fine. You just have to finish typing it and go to the next one. Analogy, and that is a comparison between two things. Scroll up. Relationships between words to clarify meanings. As you can see, it's not popping up predictive text. And that's fine. Just keep on typing. Now, this helps with your typing skills. So if you're not a very strong typer, I recommend you doing it like this. However, if you have a digital copy of whatever set of vocab you have, all you have to do then, if you want to make it easy, is just copy and paste. So next word after analogy is analysis. And it's done. Definition, I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste. And it may be a little wonky when you first put it in, but there you go. Now, something else you may notice. Let's say I want to switch the order. Let's say I want alliteration before accurate. You go to right here and you click. All you gotta do is just move it around. But I want to keep it at 1. Also, let's say you lost track of what you're doing, you're going crazy, whatever. You type in alliteration. This little box will pop up. It says duplicate term. So if you've already typed the term before in this study set, it's going to let you know. Now, the only way that this is really okay is if you have a separate definition for alliteration that you also have to study, because some words do have multiple meanings. If that's the case, just hit ignore. But if it's the same definition for alliteration, so you're actually just making 2 cards of it, click View Others. and it'll take you right to it, highlighted in yellow. And you're like, oh, I did type that. Okay. So if you hit view others again, it takes you right back to the first one or the second one. And if you want to delete it, click the little trash can and it deletes it. Another thing, this image button, if you're the type where you like a picture to go with what you're learning, if you're a visual learner, click on the image. It will give you suggestions based on your term, what you have over here on the left, of what a picture of accurate might be. So I'm going to click bullseye because you have to be accurate to hit a bullseye. Okay? Now, this can be tricky if you start putting images with your words, because most of the time when your image will pop up with the definition, you learn the image instead of the definition. So I'd be careful with that. If you choose an image you don't like, there'll be a little trash can on it. Just click the trash can and it deletes. So let's say I'm done. I have 5 words, I'm done. I'm going to hit create. Now when you hit create, it's going to give you the title of your set. It's going to give you 2 categories, the study portion of it and the play portion of it. Whoops, we're going to go through the study section first. It automatically puts you on the first kind, which is flashcards. Now, this is just to get you acquainted with the words and the definitions. You click through, we see I have 5 cards in all, I'm on number 1. You click through, all you have are the terms, right? And it says, hey, you're done. There's a trick. If you're on the term side and you click the space bar, it will flip to the definition. So space bar, term, space bar, definition. Term, definition. Term, definition. Okay, let's say I'm done with, oh, another thing. Let's say alternate or alternate, either way you want to say it. Let's say I'm having trouble with it. Or you can also click on the card to do it. Let's say I'm just not quite understanding it. It doesn't click when I see the word. If you're having trouble, click this star. You can study all of the words you're struggling with really, really bad separately. So keep that in mind. It's a good trick. Let's go back and let's click on the Learn button. And this is just multiple choice, basically. I have 5 terms, definitions, and all. And I know the answer to this. So let's click the right answer, analysis. We'll say correct, and I have 1 familiar term. You have to answer the term twice to get it to mastered. And once it's mastered, it won't ask you again, probably. Repetition of consonant sounds. Let's say I get this wrong, and I'd say it's accurate. It's going to tell you the correct answer. It's going to tell you what you said. And these little audio buttons will give you text to speech. So if you can't read what this says or this says, just click it.
Alliteration.
It'll tell you. Now, as you can see, it did not contribute to the familiar or the mastered, but that's okay. Just keep on going with it. Now if we go back and we go to write, all you do is read the definition and you type the term. Now let's say this is analysis. Let's say I misspell analysis. And it was a typo, it was an accident. Just click override I was correct. Now if you truly got it wrong, then just hit continue. But if you your finger slipped or whatever, just hit override, I was correct. And it'll keep up with your correct terms. So that's right. Spell. You click this little audio button and she will say the term. You have to either type what you hear or listen to the term and listen or read the definition and then type it. So
Analogy.
she said analogy. And
Alliteration.
I'm 10% done. You have to have both circles colored before you can be done with the word. That's all it is spell. Test. If you go down here to options, you can kind of create your own test with it. You can have written questions, matching questions, multiple choice, true, false. Let's take off true, false. Let's take off written. I just want matching, multiple choice. Question limit. Let's say three questions. And let's say I want to answer with the term. Let's say all of them. I hit create. And it creates it. So let's say B. And yes, I'm getting them wrong on purpose. Whenever you put your answer choice in the blank here, it will automatically kind of shade it where you don't use it again. So B and A. Partition of consonant sounds, alliteration, check answers. Everything you got wrong is going to be in red. Everything you got right is going to be in green. And your grade will be on the side. 33%. I need to study. All right, and the last two, match. I'm not a big fan of this game. It times you and you simply just drag the term to its definition. And if it lights up red, you're wrong. Lights up green, you're correct. I'm not a big fan of this for my students because they simply look for the colors. They don't look to see if it's necessarily, if it's correct. Like they don't read the definition in the term. They're just looking for the colors. And the last one that you can do is gravity. And we're going to do all of the terms, not just the ones that I've starred because I'm having trouble with them. I'm going to do all of them. And I'm going to answer with the term. I'm going to type the term. If you click definition, you're going to have to type the definition of each word with no typos, no spelling errors at all, or it will count it incorrect. Or you can click random and let them decide. And we're going to go with medium. The red asteroids, if you miss a term the first time, it's okay. The second time it pops up on your screen, it will be on a red asteroid, and if you miss that, the game will end. So it gives you 2 chances to get the term correct. If you don't, then you're done. So here we go. Comparison between two things. Relationship between words to clarify meanings. Let's say I don't know it. It's going to fall, and when it gets below your screen right here, then it's going to correct you. Here we go. The correct answer was analogy. You have to type it. Different, another. I know that is alternate. a detailed examination of the structure or elements of a text or piece of text. Now, I know the answer to this. It's analysis, but let's see what it does when I get it incorrect. I want you guys to see the red asteroid. Okay, it tells you when a red asteroid's coming in, and here we go. Comparison between two things. This was supposed to be an analogy, but let's see what happens when I don't answer it correctly. I have to type the correct term and the game ends. And that is pretty much all there is to Quizlet and what you can do with your study set. So, hope you guys have a great summer and hope you have a great study session.